tell you what Jamia Ashrafia creates. You may call it an alim, but I will call it Jamia Ashrafia create soldiers of the deen of Islam. They create soldiers of the deen of Islam. When they today in your graduation, when you tie your dastar bandi, you tie the coffin of iman onto them. Why? They are going into the battlefront. Remember, they are not frightened to shed their blood. I speak of experience of many international gratitude that stand here today, from Holland, from Denmark and various places. They are never shy to defend the India of the Prophet alayhi salam. And let me share with you, my dear respected, today if you look at the Palestine as a global issue, and what is Israel doing? We cannot rely on the Muslim countries. We cannot rely on Dubai. We cannot rely on Saudi Arabia. They are the puppets of America. But what gladly you can rely on, that Hafiz Millat, the create the manufacturing of this Darul of students here today will save and protect the deen of Islam. And I must say to you, my dear respected, the second aspect, internationally and globally, everyone claims to be Sunni today. Everyone claims to be a ashik of the beloved Habib alayhi salam. But a madrasa to be linked on Imam o Ishq o Muhabbat, the revive of the religion, the revive of the deen, Mujaddin o Millat, Maulana Shah Ahmad Raza Khan, Fazli Brevi radiyallahu ta'ala. You learn Muhabbat Rasul from Ala Hazrat. You learn Nate Pak from Ala Hazrat. You learn Love Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam from Ala Hazrat Imam Ahl Sunnat, Mujaddin o Millat, Maulana Shah Ahmad Raza Khan, Fazli Brevi. Lastly, I would like to say, Huzur Aziz Millat, if he wanted, he could probably have drivers, he could probably have a chauffeur. If he wanted, he could build a palace in Mubarakpur. If he wanted, he could go every country and he can reap the benefits of their country. He has visited South Africa not long ago under the supervision of Hazrat Maulana Fateh Ahmed Bastawi in Durban. I have attended many of his programs. A man of simplicity, a man that lives by the day of the life, a man that walks in that manner that yes, remember, there is a mission. And what is the mission? He is fulfilling the dream of his father, Huzur Hafiz Millat. And what was that mission? To manufacture ulama, to manufacture students. I talk to you today, and I give you an answer today of the global economic that we have today. Why shouldn't our youngsters from here today that qualify from here be on every network, be on every global platform? Islam must be represented on every status. Why? This was the mission of Huzur Hafiz Millat. What was the mission of Ala Hazrat? Algebra, geometry, every fun and language and institution was found in Ala Hazrat. But on the other hand, what did Ala Hazrat say? When I die, dig my grave so deep. Why? When I be asked about the question about who is in front of you, I must stand up and read Mustafa Jane Rahmat Pehla Ko Salam. Now my dear respected, let's understand, this is a great personality. We must support and understand for us to go about and promote these things. I'm honored to be here today. And I wish this institution, I stayed in this institution, I lived in the new hostel, and I could proudly say today, I have ate the dal of Mubarakpur today, and also have the face of Huzur Hafiz Millat within me. And that face that is here, no one can buy that face. Today I've traveled so far and came. I had many challenges in coming here today, but it is my faith that has brought me here back after 30 years to stand and say, this is where the root and this is where you belong. And inshallah from now till the day of Qiyamah. And as it was said earlier on, I think South Africa has overpowered the stage here today. There's many South Africans here, many people that are here, alhamdulillah. And alhamdulillah, I would like to say this, and I'm not shy to say this. I wouldn't have known this institute, I wouldn't have known Jamia Ashrafiya if it wasn't to respected Hazrat Maulana Fateh Ahmed Bastawi Sabu, alhamdulillah, who is also running the Hafiz Millat Islamic Assembly and Mission in South Africa, that showed me this institution. And today, alhamdulillah, after 30 years, I'm back here in this institution to say, yes, I'm proud to be here, proud to be associated by the simple people. And I want to tell you what is the mission of Huzur Hafiz Millat. Lots of people say, Misbahi people, they divide the people. Misbahi people, they do this, they do that. In the international world, they say the Misbahi are causing fitna. No, let me tell you, they stand hard on the deen. And when it comes to Sunnah, they don't go back. They hold it firm. And I give you an example of Huzur Hafiz al-Millat's mission. And what is the mission of Huzur Hafiz al-Millat? There was one day a person bought a sword and he gave his peer the sword. The peer looked at this. The peer looked at the sword. He said, "Listen, I don't want the sword." The murid was very upset. You know, I paid so much for a sword, talwar, the sword. He said, "Leave it. I don't want the sword. Buy me a cotton and needle. Buy me a cotton and needle." He thought, what will a cotton and needle do? What's the word? What did the Pir o Murshid said? He said, a sword, the nature of a sword is to cut and divide. The nature of a needle and cotton is to mend and build bridges together. And this is the mission of Huzur Hafiz al-Millat. To build missions, to build bridges together, whether you from wherever, we'll work to you together on the aqaid of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And that will stand first, no matter what would happen. And that proudly I will tell you, in international world, you will see that this institution has a name. To me, you have Jamia Azhar in Egypt, and the number one darsgah in the world in India is Al-Jamia. It is this institution that we'll regard as our Jamia Azhar, where people will regard Azhar in Cairo in Egypt, but Al-Jamia ashrafia. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
ये हज़रत मौलाना तारिक मिसबाही साउथ अफ्रीकन, ये साउथ अफ्रीकन ही है। उर्दू तो ये अशरफिया में आए थे तो थोड़ा बहुत जान